Tuesday, and once again for another live coding session. And today, Sharon is showing us how to create a COTI agent with Continue AI. I'm Calvin, your host, so drop your questions in the chat as we go along. So, Sharon, what is Continue?
Yes. Once again, hello everyone. I'm Sharon, and today we'll be going over Continue AI. This is basically an open source AI code assistant. If there's one thing that you might want to take away from today, is that it's basically an extension that you can download in IDEs like VS Code and JetBrains. This is, of course, free, but when I'm saying free, I would need to dive deep into what actually is free. The extension is free to use. Okay, let's keep it at that for now. Okay, before that, I think I should share my screen so we can look at the website together.
Cool.
Okay, just a minute.
There's so many tools coming out.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was like last year, it was just so many no code tools or even just like cursor competitors. But you've seen those slow down.
I think I'm just a moment.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you, Sharon? How's your day?
I'm good. How's your day? How's everyone's day? Yeah, I think
There
I have
we go.
it.
We're in.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Continue. .dev is the website that we will want to be in. So first of all, okay, just go to the docs for a minute. In the beginning, when I was new to Continue AI, actually I found it very sort of confusing about what this really is. A lot of the things I see that they focus on Continue AI a lot is PR, and PR stands for pull requests. This means that it sort of makes it more efficient to connect to GitHub and then have agents running and checking your requests to and from GitHub. So that is just one of the things that Continue AI is really good at. It's good at doing checks on PRs. And at first I thought that was what Continue AI was about, but I was wrong. So at the top you have CLI. You can use it as the command line, but it's not really ideal for people who like to visualize a lot. Instead, what you might want to do is download as an extension in IDE right here. Okay. Yeah. So also, because today's title of the live stream is to actually create a COTI agent using Continue AI,
Yep.
I'm sure everyone has heard of how agents are getting so popular, right? The shift to agentic systems is just gaining so much popularity now. What do you think, Calvin?
I mean, yeah, it's the natural step. I think, uh, like, open claw became popular because it opened up a door of just like you tell the agents, you tell the AI to do something, and it goes off and does it. And if it needs help, it'll ping you if if it needs more information or needs help, or it tells you if it's done right. Um, I think that was like that is what people wanted. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think it's the natural progression from how we had the AI before.
true. I'm pretty sure that a lot of our live streams will now pivot towards like making agents for, you can say like COTI and pretty much anything. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So because we are making an agent, I really just want to break down what an agent is. So let's just think about it as like so, right? So an agent has a brain and it has
Yes.
like a set of hands, right? So how this differs from a regular chatbot is in the sense that both of them have brains, and when we say brains we mean any model like Sonnet.
Hmm.
We have like what some Gemini models, we have OpenAI's models,
Hmm.
Opus, all of these are brains. They both have the same. But what makes an agent is the ability to perform tasks, execute tasks with and sometimes without the approval of humans.
Hmm.
And these agents need to be equipped with tools. Okay, these tools could be as simple as like reading a file, writing a file, opening the browser, searching. So that's like essentially what makes an agent. Um, and one thing that I noticed is that, okay, of course, everyone knows what skills are, right? So skills are like very, this basically script or like a piece of program that's written on a very like high level expertise. Like it's written by someone who has a lot of knowledge in that area.
Hmm.
Now, the same, I don't think I can say the same way it works for continue AI, because I think a lot of it is still like by invoking it, and there's not a lot of semantic matching that's happening. So I'll give you
Could
an
you clarify that?
yeah, sure. Um, so normally what would happen with Claude and Claude
Yeah.
skills is that it would look something like this, okay? And we have these three hyphens, and everything in those three hyphens would be the only thing that the AI can reach out to. So if I say something like, I want to please review my code, okay? It's only going to have access to these two lines, and it will do some semantic matching that, oh, the user has requested to check the code, and it's going to understand that, from these two lines, does it make sense to pull this entire file in the context window?
Oh, is that how it works? Pretty much
Exactly.
like it. Okay, so the whole thing isn't. Is it the whole context isn't available for it right on the right from the start? It looks at this at the top two lines and just like, is this relevant to what I'm doing? If it is, then it opens up to the rest, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah, cool. I didn't even
That
know that.
is how skills in agentic platforms like Claude work.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still testing this out with Continue. So let's see. Okay, from what I've read, the semantic matching is still not there, but like we can test it out. And also, a lot of the vocabulary with Continue is very different. I tried searching for skills with Continue, and there was nothing like that. But what I did hear about is that we call them prompts in continue. Okay, and rules and prompts are like two different things. Let's actually go to prompts. In the prompts page, you can explore more on the hub. So it's like a marketplace, I would say, a marketplace for prompts. So if you want to say have this image optimization prompt, you can just copy and then put it into your own environment. So it's like a marketplace that you can search whatever prompts fit your use case. And then, okay, here in the prompts deep dive, as I said before, everything within these hyphens is what we call front matter. So only the front matter is loaded by the AI. And when we set invocable to true, it means that it will be available when you just type a slash in the chat. So if you just type a slash, and so this should be coming up in your list of commands. Okay. Okay, it sounds confusing at first, but like we'll take a look.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay, maybe let's just dive into the environment. Okay. So the first thing is I'm going to use VS Code for today as my IDE. You can also use JetBrains. To get this extension, just go to extensions on the side and search for continue.
There we go. You have it installed.
Yes, I have it installed already. So have that. And it's gonna look like this. It's sort of like ChatGPT, but not. So I have this one at the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's how you can navigate this, right? If you click the files at the top, you can see all the files in your project. And then here you can see the extension for continue. So
And the extension is free.
the
That's the free
extension is free for now. Let me tell you where this change happens. Okay. As I said before, all agents require a brain, which is the LLM that you choose to provide it with, right? hmm So, what you need to do is maybe go to this. Actually, I have the model already configured, but I'll tell you how to do it. So, you can just go here, add chat model and settings, and it will have options. I tried creating a new project and I thought it would ask me again, but looks like it's not asking me again. Okay. You can select the provider. We've got
Yep.
so many. Yeah. Popular ones like Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, and then the model of your choice, and then just paste in
And
the
the
API
API
key.
key.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. And then just click connect. So I just use Sonnet for today. Okay. Another thing is that Continue has three modes. You can use three modes. First is chat. So with chat, there are no tools available for the AI. It's just like question, answer, question, answer.
Okay. Like a
Yeah.
bot.
Yeah, like a bot. You can ask, you would use this when you want to understand your project more, when you don't want to
Okay.
make any changes to the files. Yeah. Plan is only, plan is read only. It also has absolutely no rights to change your code files. But agent, the moment you change it to agentic mode, you will need
Mm.
to grant it permissions and it will do everything for you autonomously. So when you are ready, that is when you would switch from plan to agent.
Mm.
Okay. Do not start with agent first. I always like to go with plan first. Once it's created that plan, I will switch it to agent manually. Okay. I'll just do it plan for now. Okay. And of course, we can attach some images, add some context, maybe share a file that we want. Okay. And here we have some more rules. So you can add in rules. These are like guardrails. How do you want your agent to operate? Maybe this is when you would share like your preferences. If you have
Mm-hmm.
a particular thing in mind that you want the agent to, um, follow, then you would just add a rule here. So it's very simple. Just click the plus and click current workspace. So it's only like going to affect this single folder. Yeah. And then add in a rule like I will say just now, new rule, and that's it. So you will
Okay.
have a short description of your rule and then what your rule actually does in detail at the bottom. Okay. And are you familiar with like inline suggestions, inline edits?
I do not. What is inline suggestions or edits?
So when we say inline, it's kind of like if I want to maybe change this part, I will just
Mhm.
select it and then ask for edits.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah. You can ask it to edit it for you without you having to like go and change it yourself. And without having to like copy this, paste it outside VS Code and
Oh,
yeah.
does it just like reference it in the how
Yeah.
do you edit it? Okay.
So maybe once we come up with something, I will show how you can use the edit because this doesn't
Okay.
make sense to
Ask for
me
edits.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then of course you can like enable and disable the rule here. I'm gonna delete this for now. Okay. prompts are where I have heard it functions like a skill, so I'm really curious to test that out today. Of course, the name, description, and invocable. So if you set it to true and you open the chat, it should just allow you to call this skill with the slash command. Okay. And what else do we have here? So we have some tools. You can connect MCP servers to it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, just a couple of more things. There are many more things I want to show. Okay, here's a user settings. Here's how you can make continue feel like you, like personalize it to your liking. So one thing I really like about it is the text to speech. So like when the LLM is going to give you responses, instead of like,
Oh, there's a talk
yeah,
back.
it's gonna
Okay.
talk back to you. I think we should try that once, but not in the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that would get annoying after a while. It's like, stop. I
So
can read.
yeah. Yeah, multi-line auto completions. Oh yeah, another thing I found interesting that I did not see in other like extensions and agentic platforms is this
Mhm.
autocomplete timeout. So what this means is like if I tell the agent to go and do some research or just some task, and it's actually still going on and it somehow ran into this like infinite loop. It's still working, but it's running like for 5 minutes straight. So
Mhm.
this is like your safety wall. So what you can do is just set a condition that when it's 10,000 milliseconds, I want you to stop. So this like stops your tokens and credits from
From
continuing.
being burnt.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've not seen this in others. Yeah, so you can change this manually as well. And then some more experimental settings. So I see a lot of things that you can configure and play around with in Continue, as I have not seen with other extensions. This is just my like initial, I would say,
Initial
yeah,
initial impression.
initial first impression. Yeah. Okay, let's start. So, what we will do, I think the first thing that I want to make today is this. Let's discuss what we're going to make today first. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. The first project is going to be really simple. It's called the COTI Wallet Monitoring Agent. So, what this is going to do is, okay, what you need to do is set your MetaMask wallet with COTI, and I'm talking about COTI testnet for today. So that's
Yeah.
Play Money, yeah. So make sure you have some Play Money in that. So you have the COTI testnet in your MetaMask, and what I did is I'm going to transfer it to my other account, and
Mm.
then the moment it uh, detects that my amount has been reduced or like I got some or I lost some, it's going to show me that automatically. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I set it in a way that it's going to check every 10 seconds. But you can, of course, change it to your liking. So here's what we will do. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. I will show you.
Oh, and you're gonna add it to the rules.
That's right.
And so the rules section is pretty much like, so we've found sometimes even, for example, if you go no code, uh, go for no code alternatives, even if you prompt it as much as you can, sometimes it will so forget or ignore different prompts, like negative prompts of not to do something. This would help alleviate that issue, right?
Mm, yes. Actually, I just want to change a little bit to what we said in the beginning that we're not going to put this in rules. We're going to put this in prompts.
Ah, okay. You need
Hmm.
to put in prompts.
Yeah. With three things in at the top. So this is the only thing that the AI is going to see. So just try to make sure that it's kind of relevant and it knows when to call this. Yeah.
So the prompt section is like this continue AI's version of skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
All right.
At least what I've heard. So you will test this out because
Okay.
there's not a lot of information out there. So we're going to
It
explore
is
that.
new.
Yeah.
We made a LinkedIn and a X post about how
Hmm.
because there's so many new innovations, documentation is not um still not out there yet.
Oh, yeah. And even lots of like tutorials and videos,
Yeah,
people just trying. Yeah. So
and
we're
that's
doing
why we're
that.
here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're testing it out.
Right.
Okay. Now because we're being very specific about like, oh, you know what I should have done. Okay. So maybe you'll do that later. Uh, we want to be very specific here. From all the projects that I have made, I found that it's always best to start with like a super solid foundation before you go and call the agent to start working. What I mean by that is make sure that you have all the details and all the context you need. Because if you are, I would say, okay, there are two ways to go about this. I will go down here.
Mhm.
So, for example, um, if you are technically not aware of like what you need to, maybe
Oh.
you should not be doing that. Yeah, great. If you are not technically aware of what the requirements are, then here is my suggestion. Ask the AI to create a plan for you. I will say
Mm-hmm.
aware. Yeah, aware. Ask it to create a plan for you, then you read it out, and then you can create the rules or maybe just execute. But when you have the preferences, the technical requirements, and you know what you're doing, you have a starting point. You're not starting from A, but you're starting from like D or E. So if
Mm-hmm.
you are aware, then I would say to add the rules first, which is in the rules folder. Okay. Then add the prompts and then tell it to create a plan.
Okay.
Yeah. It really just depends how much you know before you start your project. Hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So this is my suggestion. Uh, Once again, some things I want to mention is that if you guys are also connecting to the COTI Ethers library, then make sure that this is correct. A lot of times it will hallucinate again, so we need to make sure that it's in here. Now you can choose to just take some bits of this and put it in the rules because rules are like guardrails, or you can just choose to leave them in prompts is also fine. You can see here that I have the RPC endpoint for COTI. Yeah. So I am sharing the network details with it, even the chain ID. Okay. So this is the prompt that I'm going to share. And what we'll do now is we will now paste the prompt. So I have the prompt at the top. Let's go through this together. Okay. Here's the chat box. So I said, create a COTI wallet monitoring agent, set up the project from scratch, create some files, and then create an agent.ts. You can choose to remove this if you want because we already have this file with us. And
Mm.
also an env file, of course, so we can share our wallet address. So
Okay.
yeah, this is the plan for now, the plan mode. So let's see.
Let's see how well it plans.
Yeah.
So the reason why you don't want to go to agents is agent directly is because agents tend to want to build before it works out the plan. Is that right?
Yes. See, if you do the agent before the plan, the agent is going to make lots of assumptions. Now, I'm not
Okay.
saying it's going to be wrong assumptions. I'm sure they're correct. They make more general assumptions based on the project, but when you share the rules and the prompts, and then you tell it to make a plan, it will it will dive deep into like it will start mapping out your requirements. It
Yeah.
has somewhere to start. Yeah, so it will not make its assumptions. Okay. So I just told it to plan. And one thing, of course, about agents is that their workflows are very visible and transparent. So you can just click the drop down and see how it's thinking. See how it's thinking. So here, okay, yeah, this is the breakdown. The plan is not going to have lots of things in it. We'll open another one. Okay,
Okay. Ah, and that's all its plan is.
that's the plan. That's right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So, because it's a very simple project that I'm starting with first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, would you like me to switch to agent mode? So, what I'll do is I'll just change it myself and I'll say,
Will it be able to change it for you?
usually
Interesting.
on other platforms, yes. Actually, we can
Okay.
try. We can try and see
Give it a
that.
shot. Put
Switch.
it back to plan.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Seems unnecessary since you can just do it, but let's see. Let's test it out. Who knows?
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah. So, I think, wait a minute. Switch to agent mode and create the.
it needs a skill
I
to
need to
switch to agent
accept.
mode. Couldn't try what?
Let me create the files directly.
Ah, so it did. It's
Continue
actually doing
read the current file. Okay. It when you read this, it sounds a bit weird, but then you remember like, oh wait, continue is the extension's name. Like continue reading, but it's actually continue who is reading.
it. Continue. Read. Red. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
read, not read. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to continue. Try to read package.
Okay.
Continue. Read the current file. Do you
If
think
I
that name is good? I
continue,
wonder why continue. Why did they choose continue? Every other word is like taken already, I guess.
I think like the only thing that makes sense here is how it goes end to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious to. Hmm.
Let's see. If I click continue read the current file, so this is exactly the file that it read. So this makes sense.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Sharon, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So you're using Sonnet on here, right?
Yeah.
Why would you use continue in comparison to just going to Claude and using
Mhm.
Sonnet on Claude code?
Yeah, correct. Um, so like how we would say that other many extensions have their own strengths and weaknesses. Now,
Yep.
like I understand that Claude is really good at coding, but again, there's so many ways that you can use Claude. But these extensions that you have to download from VS Code are like they have like a really specific purpose. And that's
Mm.
why they appear on the marketplace for like VS Code extensions. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm Okay. Just a minute. Let's see here. So I created an env file. Let's see. Okay. Huh. That's funny. We'll go to the top of the files and see. It has not made any file. It has not created any file yet. And I'm curious if it's because it's still on the plan mode. So it looks like the prompt to switch it to agent mode did not work. Yes, that's right. So if you tell it to switch to agent mode by itself, it's not going to do that. I'm going to change it to agent mode myself and say, let's go. Okay, see? So what this means is that, like I said before, if it's on the plan or chat mode, it has no tool to be able to do anything else besides chatting with you.
Hmm.
Yeah. But with the agent mode, it can actually create, read
Yeah.
images, etc. Yeah. Okay. See? Just working. Mhm. Also, like since we're talking and making agents, markdown, wow, I have to accept all of these, or I'll just do this. Markdown files are becoming like the universal way of um, communicating and talking to agents.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have never touched a Markdown file at all until ChatGPT is was using it. The earliest form of Canvas is pretty much like Markdown files.
Uh,
Like ChatGPT Canvas.
I don't, I don't really use ChatGPT that much.
Yeah, it's a separate window that gets pulled up when it's creating a document.
Mm. Oh yeah, just like how Claude renders one on the side.
Exactly, just like that. But the earliest form is pretty much it's you can't even there's no separate window. They only added that later, but it's all in the text box, and then you just copy in or download that Markdown file. .md.
Mm.
So I never knew it even existed until ChatGPT gave it to me.
Oh, so ChatGPT is what introduced you to. Okay.
Markdown files. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, wait a minute. It's just still creating some files. Okay. Yeah, see? So we've got the ENV example. Of course, we need to put our real thing in ENV. Mm. The README file just auto updates itself. Of course, this is like when you want to share your project with, um, with Git or like other people. Okay. Okay, it's generating. While that's generating, let me quickly show you how you can get the wallet address.
Right.
Okay, so just go to the MetaMask extension, and then
Well,
a minute.
what's your password? Maybe I can help.
Nice try. Okay, right.
Oh man, all that and all that password just for -2 COTI.
No,
Oh no.
no, no, no. This
Okay.
this is my test that I did. It's a test.
Okay.
Okay, so to get the wallet address, we're just gonna go here to the addresses and Copy testnet, copy. All right, that's gonna be our test. Sorry. Hmm. It is still. working. Maybe I'll say something. I'm not sure if it's
No, it's still generating.
as affected from my other project. I'm not sure, but it's a new project. Like it should not. But why am I seeing a value? I have my own wallet address, which I will add in ENB file later. Oh, okay. Maybe let's wait. It's
Excellent.
perfect.
COTI wallet man is working perfectly. Apparently, it's working perfectly.
Let's put that on the side. It's funny. It's taking much more time than it was before. Okay, except
What to generate?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, naturally. Then when it was planning, you mean, or
As in, when I tested before, it was
oh,
faster. Maybe it's like the time.
yeah, maybe it's like maybe this maybe everyone's using
Yeah.
Claude Sonnet in the moment.
Yeah.
This is Sonnet,
This
uh,
is not it. Yeah.
yeah. So whatever, technically, whatever generates is not the issue of continue, but it's a it's the fault of Claude, right?
Yes.
We're using Claude's brain.
Correct. We're using Claude's brain.
Yeah.
Nice. To show we're working. I'll just click stop and I will say I have my own wallet address. Okay. Let's see.
And then he's like,
Hmm.
agents. Is it a he or a she or it or they?
It.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mean.
Wow. Okay. No, it's really different because, um, as I said before, it ran much faster. Second of all, uh, these are like undeterministic, right? Because they're generative.
Mhm.
Their underlying like foundation is all generative. So it did not make a project complete file before this, but never mind. We'll see. Is it done? Wait.
Try out the continue CLI. Oh, I like how there's ads. At
Where are you seeing?
the bottom there, try out the continue CLI. Deploy continuous AI workflows.
uh, should be okay now. Happy monitoring.
Well, ready
Hmm.
to ready to monitor.
I'm very surprised. It's creating so many MD files for a very simple project. Okay, I'm gonna click stop and I'm gonna say I'm gonna
Oh
go to the
no.
files in
Set
ENV.
up summary. Start here. Quick
Oh,
start. Quick start. Project
okay.
complete. How to
That's
use
very funny. So I do not see the wallet address
RPC
in the
URL.
ENV file. So what I will say is create. Maybe I can do it myself.
Voila. Wallet address.
Address.
Oh,
Never mind. This is
leaked.
public information. So wallet address there, and I'll say my address is updated. Let's start monitoring.
All right, and then now it's gonna make an MD file again. Quick start. Start 2.
Seriously, yeah. Quick start
Quick
1.1.
started.
2.
All right, there we go. Command completed. Now what is it gonna do? Run directly into terminal.
Now to start monitoring your wallet, you have two options: run directly and let me
OX your
see.
wallet address here.
Hmm.
Oh, and the other one.
Actually, because I already have it in the file, okay, it depends. If there's only one user who wants to use this monitoring agent, you can keep it in env. And then just tell it to say that upon just typing npm start, it should run. But if it's many people using it, then this makes sense because they will have their own like wallet
Wallet address.
addresses. Yeah. I think I will say like I just want to type in npm start and it should take my wallet address from env.
ENV automatically. Don't let me type out my address.
Yeah,
I don't
because
want to
it's
do that.
using it.
There we go. All things considered, it's pretty fast. But yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah, no, I think it really does depend on the time of the day. Mhm.
Yeah. Of course, when everyone is using Claude, it'll slow down. Is the 2x campaign still on? You get 2 times the tokens on their downtime.
Oh yeah, I think it's ending on 28th March, so we still have 4 more days to go.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh wow, look, now it has made an MD for how to set up the ESP. Okay,
Yeah.
this is
See,
going so
you
far.
started with planning, so it thought you might be someone that requires. You know what it is? Do you think it's because we told it to switch from plan to agent rather than just switching it to agent ourselves?
No, so I don't know. I actually switched it myself after that
Oh, okay, cool.
because it
All right.
was not able to create any files. Yeah,
Oh, it couldn't. Okay, all right.
yeah.
I missed
Yes.
that.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
it couldn't switch it itself.
so okay, here's what we will do. Now you can simply run npm start. Okay, so what we'll do is open terminal on the side here. Ooh. Okay, npm start. Or if you don't want to type this, what's really good, I'm gonna delete what I just wrote, and I will say run. Just click this run. Yeah,
Yep,
but then enter by yourself.
and you enter because
Enter
that
by
is your
yourself.
terminal.
Okay, so see here. It says, yeah, see? Okay, that was our very first log. So we're gonna call these logs. At this specific time,
Your balance is
balance is
unchanged.
unchanged, which is 7.99. Let's see if it's true that it's
Oh,
7.
wow.
Yeah, which it is. Wait a minute. So, indeed,
8.
7.998. Yes, that's true. Okay,
Nice. So it works.
yeah, that's pretty cool. It's gonna like continuously monitor. You can change the 10 seconds to be 20, 1 minute, however you like. But here's what I'll do now. I'm going to transfer some COTI from this account to my other account. So,
Yep.
okay, I'll go to my first account. Um, Then I will go to COTI testnet, get the address from here, go back, click send.
And it should change in the monitor.
Yeah, but not yet. Wait. COTI testnet, right? Yeah, so this is 8. I have 8 at the moment. So 2, I will paste the address. And how much should I give? I don't want to give too much.
0.00001.
No, like
10.
let's say let's
5.
say 3.
Okay.
Okay, 3 COTI. Continue.
Look how it's updating in the background.
Yeah. Okay. So it will take a few seconds. Okay.
Yep. There we
Sometimes
go.
a few seconds and sometimes.
Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
Raw change 3 minus 3.
Minus 3 COTI, and our balance is currently 4.99. That additional is like the gas sometimes.
Okay.
Okay. So all right. So this is how we made our COTI monitoring agent.
Very good.
Yeah, that tracks real time. Yeah, you can change it. Of course, this is just logs going on in the back. You can tell it to put the UI on top of it and then run it on your local machine. You can do that as
Yes.
well if you don't like the look of this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's one. So, what do you think? Well, this is just a simple project. We could touch upon a more advanced project if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, this is very simple. I mean, the we got to see the you got to see continue in action.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's a VS Code extension, so it's free. I don't see why people would not use this, but it's still unclear to me um, why use continue over something else, over not even cursor at this point, like over anti gravity, over uh, um, uh, yeah, anti gravity, or even just cloud code, I guess.
Actually, you're right because at this point there are so many and they're like 99.9% the same. They're all wrappers.
Yeah,
It's the
it
same
is.
platform. You need anyway, like all of these agentic platforms, they will need a brain. So ultimately the winners are like the people who are giving APIs to use
Exactly,
their
because
LLM.
you're using Claude anyway, or even like
Yeah.
you're using Claude anyway. If you use Codex, you're using ChatGPT. So um, it's all a shell. It's like the a shell for the models.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's cool, I guess. There are some things that I haven't seen before, like the way they approach prompts, like literally like skills, but it's prompts. So
Hmm. Right.
yeah, no, I still don't see I still don't really see the why would someone use this,
True. The value, right?
the value for it.
I think it's worth the test. I know like the initial hiccup for this extension would be like, oh, I need the API, I need to buy. But fortunately, we have Gemini. You can use their APIs under a free tier, so feel
Yes,
free to
and
experiment. Just take the API from there, use it, and maybe see if it works.
yeah, and the Gemini API is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Or but even then, if you're using Gemini API anyway, might as well use anti gravity.
like
So so it's like, yeah, it's not a fault. Maybe it's not a fault of continue. It is open source.
hmm,
But right now there's so many competitors out there
yeah.
for them. Yeah.
I think at least if 2 or maybe like minimum 2 features would stand out from continue. But I am not gonna lie, I am gonna say that I think what impressed me was like my initial impression, like, oh, we've got so many user settings and um I would say like the rules, but okay, almost all of them do
Have rules, yeah.
Very like similar. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, pick your poison. Um, I don't see how this one stands out
Hmm.
of the rest. So yeah,
It's got so many downloads though.
I mean it is clean. If we're talking about VS Code extensions, like this is, if I was working through VS Code, I don't see any reason not to use this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't work through. I don't work through a VS Code anymore. That's also another thing.
Uh, I think for
Yeah.
me, I use VS Code and the Claude extension over here on the side like a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very nice.
Well, there you used Claude. There we go.
Use Claude.
So, like, so I use this um, for people who like it, I suppose, and like I think it is competitive. That it works. Seems like it works well, and it has all the basics, basic tools that gets you started. Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, before we close up, there's like one thing that I want to test, which is like the
Yep.
prompts file. If you're
Let's
in.
go for it.
Okay, like just one thing. So, we call it like thread conversations. So, the good thing about it is that for all of them, not just this again, you can
Yeah.
click new session at the top. So it's gonna have like it's gonna get rid of what it remembered before from the previous chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, but if you want to go back, you can just click last session. Okay, you'll get this up.
And then
But
it
you
goes.
want to start a new
Oh,
one.
okay. In fresh context, that's when it's everything is works
Correct.
better.
What I want to do is actually create a second prompt and see that when I paste in my prompt and say that, okay, let me share with you my second project. So it's going to be about a scheduled payment agent.
Hmm.
So it has this file, a JSON file, that has a list of the wallet addresses and how much it needs to give to each address at a
Okay.
scheduled time. Yeah. So I think you can imagine how this is going to work. But let's copy from here. Just a minute. Oh, okay. I want to see if this file can be called if we use prompts. And if it's a success, it means that prompts is the equivalent of skills. So we're gonna see. Okay. Setting prompts. Okay.
There we go. Always applying.
But I'm gonna say invocable is true.
Oh yeah,
Isn't
that
it?
is their specific language, right? Invocable.
Yes. For always apply is for like rules.
Yeah.
It's true or false, but for prompts it will be invocable. Mhm. There you go. So I have
Init.
this.
Initialize code base.
I'm gonna rename this. Wait. Say COTI payment. And then I will put in my prompt, which is this.
What it does?
Okay, I will share that. So I'm gonna say read the payments JSON file containing a list of the addresses, schedule time, it will iterate. So it's gonna understand like what this means, like semantically, and then it's gonna match it up with this. And then it should only call this specific file. And if it does,
Ah, not the
it's a
previous.
success.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Thinking, should we go with plan or agent? We already have this. Let's go with agent because we just want to see.
All
Okay.
right. Let's see if it actually is able to call the correct
Yeah,
prompt.
correct. Let's see. Continue listed files. Okay, these are the files, all of
Imagine if
them.
it calls both. Hey, wait, no, payments JSON.
Let's see.
Name COTI wallet monitor.
Okay, wait. Okay. One thing that I do not like. Mhm. COTI. COTI wallet monitor. Hold on. Hold on. COTI wallet monitor, right?
Yeah,
This.
it went to COTI monitor. What?
Okay, that is very mixed. It's like it's calling both of them. Okay. I still feel like despite using Sonnet, it's not like it's not something I would personally use. I don't know, despite having the key, the the, the Sonnet key. I'm gonna stop it right there and I'm gonna ask
Okay.
it like just to chat. I'm gonna change it to chat because I don't want to change the code. I'm gonna
Well,
say,
which prompt are you using?
yeah, which which files are you using maybe? Um any specific prompt? Let's just have to see. I think this way, Claude is excels. It really does. As I said, it doesn't have the I think ability to match the prompt and the front matter in the
Hmm.
prompt. Yeah. Let's see. Huh. It did not answer my question, did it?
Well, but is this the fault of? I mean, okay, that's weird. So that begs the question. So Claude itself uses skill, but uh,
Mm-hmm.
continue uses prompts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're both the same model. Um, if you tie the API key of Sonnet into into continue, like how does it know? You know what I'm saying is like plugging a
Okay.
brain into like into
Yeah.
uh, Intel or a CPU into Intel or AMD. How does it know what like how to use the tools?
Yeah, right. I think it's maybe the model is one thing and the way that it interacts with the file would be another thing. And so
Yeah.
we would have to look into like how these tools are made in the first place, like the read file tool, the create file tool. So maybe that's what we would have to look at.
Okay.
Also, remember the slash command. So when I wrote in the beginning invoke as true, and if I write
Yeah.
slash, I will have these. So
Yes.
instead, maybe I will just do it manually and try. So,
Yeah. Instead of asking like agents to maybe guess which prompt
right.
to use, you're calling it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it like manually. I'm gonna copy, come back, paste it. Okay.
But
So
it seems like skills is superior than if that's the case.
definitely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is still like the very,
Oh no, are you saying it's old gen?
yeah, it is. Now
Okay.
it is. I see. Now we can see the file. I mean, or you could just go here, click at, and add context. And the current file open is codipayment.md. This is like the conventional way. Now,
Okay.
okay,
Nice.
now we know that there is definitely a gap between
Yeah.
skills, prompts, Claude, and continue. Yeah.
Yes. So it's not a one-to-one from skills to prompt. It seems like it still requires a little bit more handholding, and it's still working through prompts.
So working through prompts, manually calling. Yeah.
And
Okay.
let's see. Having said that, old gen, but like skills came out what 2 months ago, 3 months ago, three less than 3 months ago.
Around December. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, 4 months ago. So that's how fast things are moving.
Right.
Yeah. And even 5 months ago, what we'd call agents would be yeah, we did have agents back then. Never mind.
Okay. Well, this is we just demonstrated it live that now we understand what prompts are, rules are, and skills are, and how they differ. One more thing is that you see, like under the source folder, the .ts files, you
Yep.
can call these as the agents themselves. So this is one agent, this is another agent. Yeah, these are the agents that are running. That makes sense, right?
That makes sense, I think.
Sense. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was just another creative task that I thought that we would test. But again, I think like if we have made one, it should be fine.
Yep.
But this is definitely something that maybe you guys can go and try out to create a COTI scheduled payment agent. Have a list of the addresses that you want to send. Maybe you can create like 2, 3 accounts and then mention how much you want to send, just like how I did in the extension with MetaMask. And then it should be able to monitor that as well. Yeah.
Nice. So I think that's that, right, Sharon?
Yeah. I think we have
Covered it all.
fully explored continue. Yeah.
Nice. Final thoughts? Would you be using it going forward? Change your whole workflow for this?
Well, given that I actually have had a taste of something with much more like precision and
Okay.
yeah, I think no.
All right. Well, there we have it. Once again, don't miss this chance to see more resources for you to vibe code your own projects. Subscribe to the COTI YouTube channel, COTI Foundation, the one you're looking at now, hopefully. If you're on X, go to YouTube at COTI Foundation and set your reminder to join for more live streams every Tuesday. Stay COTI. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Sharon.